do you hope to leave behind in music, not just as an artist, but also as a storyteller and a producer? Let's talk about it, Mr. BK.
I honestly just want to be bigger than Elvis. I want to bring that back home for us. Because every time they like to talk about not just music, his genre of music, which is the rock or the pop, they like to always bring his name up in music, period. I don't know how true this is, or it may be, but he stole a lot of music that I'm hearing. So a king title is not fitting for him, and I just want to reclaim that rightful title for somebody who are actually making all of those records.
I love that. And I love that you already have a perception of where you're going because that's so important, especially to your artistry, because that's what drives your ambition. So, another question that's outside of the box is for you if you're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So, if your younger self could hear your music today, what do you think you would say to yourself? Let's talk about it because we change over time.
I would. I've always realized the talent that I had within myself, so I was always so given to other people with opportunities, even my time. That I shouldn't have probably have been
I think you cut out in the beginning of what you were saying.
to myself.
Is it just me,
Huh?
y'all? Or is he cutting out?
Yeah, he cut out. Yeah, it was like a long pause.
Yeah, you cut out in the beginning of what you said and we didn't hear you. I think he having signal issues. Must be driving.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm driving. But what I was saying is probably of, being so given with my time and opportunities for people. I probably would have, tell him to really evaluate people and go for yours a little bit more.
Period. Thank you for answering that. And I think Popular had a question for you. You got it. The stage is for yours.
He asked if you could read it for him, Empress. He at work.
Okay. Me? Okay, I can read
Yeah.
it. So Mr. BK, the question is, what don't you like about today's music? Oh no, I got you. What don't you like about today's music? And do you feel like you could change the music scene back to what it was, what it used to be? Excuse me.
Okay, I got a two-part answer to that. I love this, but I hate this. I hate that you can be anybody or everybody or whoever you think you can want to be or however you want to say it in this industry nowadays. When I grew up, you had to actually do everything that you was talking about for somebody to even give you a listen. So nowadays what we have is, because that precedence was set first, we got a lot of pretenders saying any and everything, and a lot of people look at it like it's law. If they would have moved from that agenda at first, you don't have to actually participate in these actions to be a rapper, then it wouldn't be so many people in jail, it wouldn't be so many people crashing out, but they didn't. Like, I try to listen to Future, but I can't even listen to him really like that, because you're talking about all kind of drugs. You don't do a drug at all. And not to throw him under the bus, but this is something he always says. That's, I really don't like that. I don't feel like a person should be able to do that, because there's so many impressionable minds out here.
I love that. I love that. So would you consider yourself more so like a revolutionist type how you say that, rapper?
I would consider myself a realist.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm not talking about situations that isn't actually happening somewhere around the world, you know. So I'm not. If a person listen to my music, they gonna hear the good and they gonna hear the bad. So if they want to indulge in anything that I'm talking about in this art, they gonna hear the consequences and they gonna hear what could possibly be the bright end of it. But I just don't feel like it should be a thing of somebody saying something that's not actual fact or stuff that people don't actually do. Like I heard a couple of down south artists saying records they done popped over this amount of pills. To a young impressionable mind, thinking they can do all of that, you're gonna be dead. You know.
Right, right, exactly. Empress, you wanted to say something?
Oh no, I was just saying I love that as well. Listening to his response to that question. I thought that was an amazing question, by the way. So of course, my question would be was the influence that he feels that he has on the industry when it comes to our youth, and how are you making changes when it comes to our youth in the community that you're living in or involved with? Thank you.
Honestly, I feel like that's a parent's job. You know, a lot of people try to hold rappers to a higher standard and a higher light because they might make a lot of it, you know, do certain things or they're seen in a certain light. But at the end of the day, as a parent, because I am a parent too, and my son listens to my music, but he also know what not to do, and he also know what not to say. It's up to a parent to be that first support and disciplinarian. You know, when I do have time, I will tell some people, stay out of trouble, and I would always try to lead somebody the right way. And if I got the opportunity, like I didn't gave to various causes, through the year, via my mother putting money with her to, do for homeless and other things. But I am only one person. I can do what I can when I can. It's up to the parents to instill into their kids while they're young what you're not supposed to do and what you're supposed to do. You know.
That's a fact.
Yes. Mm.
I'm just gonna read what Popular said real quick in the chat. BK Popular wants to know if you down for collabs. Like he said, I might need a feature. I'm trying to connect with artists that want to bring music what it used to be. And he said if you have a IG or Instagram handle or whatever, he left his in the chat if you do know how to work with this.
Yeah, his links is at the chat. I'm at the top right here. I put his IG.
Oh, well, there you go, Pop. His BK Baby Shoes info is at the top.
And I also just put it in the chat too. Definitely hit me up, bro. I'm always willing to collab.
And I also have one more question as well. This is Ice Cold. Um, Out of all the records that you have made or albums that you have made, which one is your favorite?
All right, so I'm glad that you asked me this. I have made I have put out over 70 mixtapes within EPs too. But my favorite one is this one I call The Oracle. One year I went to New Orleans and I was coming off a high of life. I was everything that I ever wanted at that point in time. It was happening and things started really slowing down. I ended up going out to New Orleans. Like that didn't change it from being slow at all. But coming back from New Orleans, seeing the people, seeing even the people that didn't have anything at all on the streets, they still was, had their head up, willing to move forward. So the Oracle has always been a favorite of mine. So I'm also getting ready to drop the Oracle too. I just recently visited New Orleans for a second time and got that refresh again. So that has to be my favorite. But as a collection, I made it to be Jesus Wore Dickies because it's like a trilogy, and I promote that more than anything. But my favorite single hand project is the Oracle.